Welcome back to our 12 days of Christmas. We are doing something different on day 6. So I'm going to show you what I did wrong. So I'm using my Addi machine. Instead of crochet, we're going to do a knit sock. So this is going to be the pattern that we're going to do. Now, what I did wrong and what we don't want to do is, you see it right there, I dropped 2 stitches. So it's really important in this machine when you go around. Sometimes you want to go faster than you're supposed to, and then when you do that, stitches get dropped. And then you can see here too, the switch wasn't as seamless as I would like it to be. So let's try and do this a little bit better. All right, guys, let's get started. Now, the reason why I'm showing you a video on my Addi machine is because I know a lot of people have gotten this machine in the crafting community. So with this machine, you want to make sure that it's on 0 at the bottom. And what we're going to do is, you see these 3 black ones here? That is where you're going to start. So it should be 1, 2, 3. So we're going to start off with the color white. So whatever color you start off with, that is going to be the top of your sock. And whatever one you end off with, that's going to be the bottom of your sock. And that's now I'm going to make a disclaimer on this video. I haven't perfected the Addi yet. So it's a learning process between the 2 of us. So if I make a mistake, I disclaimed it right in the beginning. So at the top here, I noticed that if I pull this string, this will tuck in. And I noticed that at the bottom, if I pull this string, it will tuck in. So I like to leave enough that I can go around and make myself a little border. Okay. So we wrapped around, excuse me. Thank you. We wrapped 10 around our hand. We're just going to drop it boop, right in the middle there. And we're going to find this first black one. So we're going to loop it in front. Then we're going to go behind that second one. Then we're going to go in. And then you're going to just do that all the way around. Go behind, go in the front, go behind, go in the front, go behind, go in the front. And you want to make sure you do that all the way around until you get back to the front. You're going to catch that one there. And they're going to tuck that yarn right in there. And as you can see here, it makes that sound. And you're locked in and you're ready to go. So you notice too that it's now on 2. So whatever amount of rows you have, you just want to subtract it by the 2. And you're just going to get started. Now, this is where I said you don't want to go super fast, even though, I mean, it really makes you want to go really fast. But you want to keep an eye that all the yarn is being caught. Now you're going to go around as many rows as you like. So for the sock that I originally messed up, I did 20 rows of each color, which quite frankly, it wasn't really enough. So I'm thinking as I'm going around in a circle, do I want to do 10 rows and make a different type of stripe pattern? I think I'm gonna, but that does mean more color switching. So let's make it a little bit simpler for today. Let's get the sock right. So I'm gonna do 30 of each. So I'll come back when we're at 30 and I'll tell you how I switch the colors. Okay, so right now I am just shy of row 32. I don't know if you can see it hidden in that little crease there. It's hitting all the shadows. So I'm right before, you can see the 1, 2, 3. I am right before row number 32. Just making sure everything looks good. Although this one here looks like it might have come off. So, yep. Okay. So I'm going to open this up. I'm going to take my yarn out. I'm going to get my scissors. And I'm going to cut right around here. I'm going to get my green. And I'm just going to tie it on. Now there's probably a better way to do this, but for me, tying it on lets me know that it's secure and I'm not losing any stitches. So I'm going to tie once and then I'm going to tie once more. And then I'm just going to slide that back in there. Okay, so we need to make sure that it catches that 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to kind of get this out the way, so I'm making sure that it's actually catching the green yarn and not the tail. Yep, this is the white yarn as well. And so now row 32 is done, and we're going on to row 33. And remember, I said row 33 because I started off with row 2. So my row that I ended with was 32. So the next row that I'm going to be ending with is 62. So you're just going to do another 30 or whatever amount that you like, depending on how long you would like your sock. I just want my sock to be kind of small to just go with like everyday outfits, to go with boots. I don't need them all the way up the thigh, but that is an option. Or you can make it a little bit smaller and, you know, have it like right at the ankle. It is up to you. You're making it, and that's the beauty of it. All right, guys, I will see you back in another 30 rows. I would like to add to, while you're crocheting, while you're using the loom, you just want to kind of pull this project down a little bit so it doesn't bunch up and get stuck and maybe knock some of the loops off of the, see how it kind of bunches up there? Just give yourself a little bit of space as it gets bunched up at the bottom, okay? So it's important to stop at the same place every time so that the color change matches. So I have the 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna lift that yarn up. Then I'm gonna get my color red, which somehow ended up underneath my tripod. So excuse me while I grab that really quickly. Come on. There we go. Little gentle nudge, okay? So we're gonna cut that color right about there. And then we're gonna tie the red on. And it's just that easy. And every now and then I periodically tip it sideways and untwist it. Just to give itself a little bit of a break there. Right now, you want to get your tapestry needle. Now a curved tapestry needle is better. We're going to do what we got. So I finished the 82nd row. I'm going to open this up, and I like to give myself about 1 to 2 handfuls of yarn. I don't really need a lot when I am casting off. Maybe 3, just to be sure. And then I'm going to loop the yarn through the tapestry needle. And now we're very, very carefully going to take each of the strings off. So this black one actually is going to go down. But this red one, I'm going to take that one off. So I'm going to put the hook through and slide. Oh, I'm not going to get it stuck. It through like that. I'm going to go around to the next one. Just take it right in there and see how it comes off. Right in there. And the next one. Put that hook, put that needle right in there, and make sure you catch it before it falls off by itself. And that's all we're going to do all the way around. We're just going to catch it and pull up. Okay, now you're at that very last one, and you're going to loop it right off. And we're going to pick this up. We don't need this anymore. Okay. So now you're at the end of your gorgeous sock in the making. You're going to check and make sure that there are no drop stitches. And I actually am going to take this and I'm going to go all the way inside the sock. And I'm going to turn it inside out because I actually want this on the inside of the toe. Now we are on the inside. So you're just going to pull it all the way up. Now if you want a little extra security, you can actually pull this all the way down. And you can use double the strength. So we're going to pull this up. And I'm going to just go in between every two and weave myself in there just to pull a little bit tighter, but not too hard, because this is going to be sitting at your toe. So you kind of want to give it a little bit of a, a toe feel there. And I'm going to keep my thumb right there, because then I'm going to go right back in there and pull through and make a little bit of a knot. While you are inside your sock, you can also tie another little knot in here, although I already did tie 2 knots. But just to make sure everything is nice and secure, I'm going to tie it again. Okay. Now I'm going to get rid of that. And then we're going to find the other one. And we're going to tie this as well. Now, there is absolutely probably a better way of doing this. And I highly recommend that you find more of a professional with the Addi knitting machine. Because as of right now, I didn't pull anything. But if I wanted to and pull this tightly, it would close up like the bottom of the sock. But I'm going to find where I began, essentially right here. And I'm just going to go up and pull it right here and kind of make myself a little loop here. And then I'm going to go in, like I'm going into a half double crochet. And this is what it looked like on the inside. On the inside, I'm just going to go right underneath there and pull through. I'm going to go into each one of these. I'm going to do a half double crochet in each one of these all the way around. And that is how I'm going to make my border for my sock. Half double crochet all the way around, picking up each one of these. And like I said, there's probably a different and better way to do this, but this is how I like to do it. Yep. I am very new with the Addi machine. However, this technique has been working for me, and I'm very happy with the socks that I've made. They're very comfortable. They have a nice little border at the top. And that is what I'm going to do all the way around. So if you decide to do a half double crochet, you're going to have to leave yourself a little more in the beginning. But if you're running out of yarn, just, you know, tie on and add more. So now I'm back at the beginning of my sock. So I'm going to go in right into that last one. And then I am going to slip stitch right at the beginning there. So if I wanted more of like a frilly, decorative, you know, top, I could leave, instead of 10, I could leave 20 arm or hand loops for myself. So I'm just going to slip stitch one more time. I'm going to pull up. I'm going to go behind it. I'm going to grab that yarn and pull through. And then I'm going to just weave in the ends right now. Let me tell you, I am not this efficient when it comes to weaving in the ends. When I'm doing everyday projects, I leave them until the last minute. Weaving in ends is my least favorite thing. I know there are some people out there who love to weave in the ends. I applaud you, and I wish I could hand you all my projects. Okay, we're gonna try this sock on together. Now, as you can see, this sock is a little tight right here. So I did something I usually don't do, which is I made it a little bit tighter when I pulled through, and that is a completely fixable problem. So we're just gonna take that out right there, and we're just gonna go back and redo the top. So that's also something to be careful of, that you do not make your top too tight for you not to be able to put your foot in your own sock. So as I'm pulling around, I'm just kind of giving myself a little bit of looseness to see, okay, just where and what I needed. So I needed it to be a little bit looser. So just kind of pull. I'm just trying on socks there. Yep. All right. So now we're good to go. Guys, I think this is a success. How did your toe feel? See, that's a little knot in your toe. So you see what I was saying here, that you can make that knot a little bit flatter, a little bit looser. Doesn't have to be super aggressive, because that is what you're going to feel right there. All right. And here we go. Now you can wear your sock like this. You can wear it with a boot. I'm not going to show you my entire leg because, you know, it's the winter. But there you go, guys. Your sock is all done and ready to go. I hope you guys like this tutorial. Please come back for more of our 12 days of Christmas. And next we're going to do day 7. Have a great day. Do you know how hard it is to record your foot? Okay? Do you know how hard, do you see how awkward it is to film your foot? I'm trying to like show you what my new sock looks like and my boot. Like, this is my sock, this is my boot, and boom, this is the sock I made. A Christmas sock. It's like I gotta like dislocate my foot in order to properly show you my sock. Anywho, that's my sock.